Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm gonna be giving you part 31 of What If Naruto was given a second chance. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and I do hope that you guys enjoy. And also, stay in tune for What If Naruto was a godly mage. And in order to post a new episode of What If Naruto unlock a strange power. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say we begin this new episode? Start the intro. So, the last spot we left off, as Naruto was still teasing Anko, even dropping the towel on purpose just to mess with her. As Naruto then went out as he met up with Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke, as he was another person that they want to go on this mission with them. As it was Yamato, as he introduced himself to them, as the plan was to go to the Tenchi Bridge, give the information that Naruto has gotten, and get the spy that was in Orochimaru ranks and bring him back to Konoha for interrogation. Some time passed after that as the group made their way. As they arrived at the Tenchi Bridge, where Naruto was disguised in his transformation, having a seal on him so no one could see through the illusion. As Kabuto came out there, but while Kabuto was talking, suddenly Naruto was attacked, as it was Teiwaya who came out there. Orochimaru had sent the sound for. After all, they had been training for the past 4 years. Now's the time to see what they can do, as Orochimaru gave them this false sense of hope that he could take on the Golden Blur, that they were his target. But Orochimaru doubted that they could kill him. They have gotten strong, but not to the level where they could take out the Golden Blur. But Orochimaru was so deal with that. As Sasuke then arrived and knocked away Kidomaru's attack, it was then that Kabuto realized, if he's here, as Naruto then came out of his transformation and the attack started, as Sakura took on Jirobo, Sasuke took on Kidomaru, and Yamato took on Kabuto, as Naruto took on Teiwaya. As he wasn't inviting her that hard, she sent her Dokis after him but she quickly knocked away, as he asked her about Kin but she didn't want to talk about that. As she tried to attack Naruto, but Naruto came in at her and knocked her away, grabbing her flute, as he then tossed it back to her. It was a big mistake for her to caught it, as Naruto teleported her and knocked her out. With a mighty fist, Sakura was able to bring down Jirobo completely, as Sasuke sliced down Kidomaru, as Kakashi's killed Ukon, making Seikon jump away, as Kabuto placed a tag on Seikon's back and pushed him forward. He exploded, giving Kabuto time to run, as he started to dash through the forest. But Naruto then floated up in the air, as he started to gather his chakra, pumping in some of the Fox chakra as well. He has never used his attack to this scale yet. He doesn't even know what he's truly capable of at the full level. As he released his storm release, Eye of the Storm, the attack tore through the forest with tremendous speed, ripping down everything that came in his path, as Kabuto had no chance to survive. His entire body was caught up in the explosion and completely disintegrated. As Yamato and the others were shocked. Well, Yamato mostly, because he never knew that Naruto possessed that kind of power. He knew that he was strong, but he completely erased this side of the forest, as there was no chance that Kabuto survived that. After some time, as Orochimaru was in his lab, he got a surprise visit from the masked man, who called himself Madara Uchiha, as he wanted Orochimaru to work for him. Nagato might not like him for abandoning the Akatsuki, but he wants him to work for him, and he would ensure that he gets Sasuke's body. And he also informed him that Kabuto and the others are dead. Some time later, Teiwaya woke up but she didn't know where she was, as the last thing she remembered, as she then felt a pain in her neck as she must have realized that she got captured. And the mark was probably killing her, Orochimaru not letting any loose ends. But it doesn't matter, at least she will see Kin again. But when she heard a voice, she looked forward to see the same blonde bastard that captured her. As Naruto told her that he removed the mark. Surprising her, she looked down, the mark was actually gone. So yeah guys, it was basically last where we left off. You guys can switch across to the place and check it out for yourself. So this will begin this new episode. You know, you can't thank me, said Naruto. Thank you. Why the hell did I do that? You're the one that knocked me out and brought me here, said Teiwaya. As she was chained to the wall. With the chains that she was wearing, the shackles, they had chakra suppression on them. So right now she was completely helpless. She couldn't do anything at all. As she was sitting on a bed. Tell me again, why should I thank you? Because as soon as you guys get what you need out of me, I'm as good as dead. I'm surprised I'm still alive anyway. As she looked at her neck. Oh yeah, I went and removed that. But that's not what I'm talking about. Oh, I know why you did it. Because his seal is connected to him. You must have thought that he is connected to it somehow. So if we get captured, he can just kill us with his mind or something like that. And if that happened, you guys won't be able to get the information out of us. Well, he did have that, and he could have. She narrowed her eyes. Come on, don't tell me you think that Orochimaru would do something like that. After all, he's a slippery bastard. If you think for 1 second that he would let you live for others to find out his plan, you're sadly mistaken. He would kill you in a heartbeat. I know that you're the shithead, she said. Always with the insults. And yet you stuck with him. Why? And why should I tell you anything? You can begin your torture and extracting information now. Because it won't do you much good. Naruto got out of his chair as he made his way over. Stop acting that way. You know, I talked to Kin. She narrowed her eyes at him. Yeah, she told me that she had one person left in the hidden zone that she truly cared about. Because I saw the way that those Wanzaku treated her, and it wasn't well. And I asked her why did she stay with them. She told me that she had someone there. And I believe that person is you. Am I wrong? Teiwaya said nothing and she just looked at him. She was a really nice girl, and she didn't deserve to die. From what I can see, she was being forced into all of this. And not to mention, she didn't die here. What? Teiwaya said. I told you this already on the bridge. And why should I believe anything you say? Believe me or not, she didn't die here. Her body was never found. And neither was Dosu, who was supposed to be competing. So I believe that Orochimaru took them and used them for some sick twisted experiment. And if you don't believe that he's capable of doing something like that, of course I do, she said. But it doesn't matter now. I am as good as dead anyways. So you can stop talking, shithead, and get it over with. Or are you going to be the one that's going to torture me? Well, you would have been tortured, and they would have pried into your mind and ripped away anything that they please, leaving you nothing but a vegetable. But using my newly acquired clan status, I was able to stop that. What? And why would you do that for me? You don't even know me. And also I tried to kill you. Well, many people tried to kill me. But you're misunderstood. Huh? And what's that supposed to mean? Well, I don't believe that you're truly evil. Well, you're a psychotic bitch. She glared at him. Hey, I don't mean it in a bad way. I also have another psychotic bitch as my close friend. You know what? I believe the two of you get along quite well. You speaking like I'm gonna be staying here, she said. Well, of course you are. After you give me all the information you have. On Orochimaru and his base and his location. That was a deal after all. What deal, she asks? Well, I told them that you would give me the information freely. As long as they let me remove your mark. And they didn't try to pry into your mind and get anything from you. And then turn you into a vegetable. You would give me the information that you have freely. And it will be correct. So, am I wrong, Naruto asks? And why should I tell you anything? Because, would you rather stay here and get tortured and eventually killed? Or would you rather try to escape from here and go back to Orochimaru, who's gonna kill you when he finds out that you're still alive? Because you will be no more purpose to him. Or he's gonna probably use you for one of his experiments. Or do you rather run and be on your own out there in the elemental nations that is much more dangerous than here or Orochimaru, all by yourself? You are talking like there's an option there. How would I defeat you and the other ninjas out of here? and get out of this place. Well, I'm the only one down here with you. The others have gone off to deal with some other tasks. So if you want to try and kill me now and escape, you can. She looked at her hands. Well, if I was freed, we would have been having a shorter conversation, she said. Oh really, said Naruto as he got up. As he pulled a kunai, she narrowed her eyes. As he then tossed her right at the floor, as he stabbed right into the ground. As he stepped forward. Go ahead, I told you. We're the only one down here, in this cell. So, once you get out of here, you can simply escape from the village with no one knowing the wiser. Here's your shot. You have the chance to kill me, Naruto as he extended his arms. She narrowed her eyes at the chains and saw their length, before narrowing her eyes at him. She then grabbed the kunai and she jumped forward, knocking Naruto down towards the ground. As she placed at his throat and pressed it against it. She then narrowed her eyes. He wasn't moving. He was just standing there. What? Why would he allow her to kill him? She did not understand. What was he playing at? As she saw him smiling. Why are you smiling? I could kill you, you idiot, she said. Well, the fact that you haven't done it yet proves that you're not that bad. And after all, I did give you a good reason not to. Because I will be helping you. And why would you help someone like me? I told you. I see that you're not that bad. But still, I'm the enemy. And yet you trust me so freely. You must be really stupid, or really, no, you're just stupid, she said. And you're hot, you know that. She narrowed her eyes at him. What? Well, judging by the position you're sitting down on me now, it's quite arousing. As she then looked down as she was sitting right on top of his, she quickly got back up and moved back. As Naruto saw her cheeks, he then started to laugh. What's so funny, shithead, she asked. Oh, I'm just surprised. Given the way you talk and the way you act, I never knew that you would get flustered so easy. Flustered? I'm not flustered, she said. So what's up with your cheeks, Naruto asked. As she turned her head, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. See what I mean? A nice girl, said Naruto. Say it again and I'll kill you. Yeah, he said. So, are you gonna work with me? Is there any other option, shithead? Well, you already wasted your chance to kill me, so I'm afraid not. Fine then, I'll work with you. Good, said Naruto. You must be starving. Why don't I get you something to eat so we can talk? As he went off before she could say anything in a flash. As she sat back down in the bed. Why the hell was he so nice? Putting his life in her hand right there. She could have killed him, she could have slit his throat and tried to run away. But she doubted that she could escape the village. But still, why? He didn't even know her and yet he was willing to give her that kunai. But she realized there was no point going to Orochimaru back now. And if he found out that she was alive, he would definitely kill her for getting captured. So, was this the plan now? To stay in Konoha? As she was also surprised that Kin would tell that boy anything. Why? Why did Kin trust him so much? As she was curious. Time skip. 3 days later. Naruto placed a file right on Tsunade's desk. As Tsunade looked down. Is that all, she asked? Yes, that is everything I've gotten so far from her. About all the bases and their locations. Aren't you gonna say it, said Naruto. Say what, she asked. I mean like, good job, Naruto. You did a wonderful job in getting information from the Sound Kunoichi. After using your clan status to get over on the other clan heads. To stop Inoichi and the others from running that exam on her. To get information straight from her mind. Well, I did the right thing, right? I mean, this information is better. After all, couldn't he miss something in her mind? Or couldn't it be hard? And she might end up dying in the process before we get everything. So, didn't I do a good job, near the axe? Tsunade opened the file, she started to look through it. As a small smirk came on her face. Not half bad, she said. I'm surprised that you were able to make her trust you so quickly. So what now, near the axe? This is a information gathering mission for the Envoys. If you find everything, I will notify you. But if these bases are just shams, you know that you're gonna be in serious problem because you voted for that girl, right? She wouldn't lie to me that way, said Naruto. And why wouldn't she? She's the enemy. Well, not anymore. And by the way, how long are you gonna keep her down there? We all know that she's Orochimaru's subordinate, but you know that she really hates the snake bastard. And she also told me why she was forced to join him. Force? Yes, Force. Oh yeah, I didn't really told you any of this, right? Well, you see, her hometown actually get overrun by a group of bandits that burned to the ground. And suspiciously, right after that happened, Orochimaru appeared and started to hand out favors to the people that survived, offering them a new home inside their own village. But he took them, and he experimented on them. He saw something special in her, so he added her to his ranks. From that day, she was forced to join, along with her cousin, Kin, which I believe Orochimaru killed for his own benefit, to use for some sick, twisted experiment. So that is why she was so quick to give me all this information. She wants the snake bastard dead just as much as we do. Well then, you're talking like you have a plan in mind. Yes, actually. I'll take her, said Naruto. Snap the eyebrow on Twitch. You know that she's not an object that you can just take, right? Oh, not that way. I mean, I'll adopt her into the Uzumaki clan. After all, we do need new members. You know, no other clan will just adopt a former enemy like that so easily. Well, it's your clan, and your responsibility. So anything happen, it's your fault. Come on, don't you trust me? Of course I do, but I don't trust her. Well, like it or not, I'm giving her protection under my clan. So that means no one except Konoha can mess with her, unless they want to go up against me. You really do trust this girl? Or are you doing this for a different reason? And what reason would that be, said Naruto. Oh, come on. Do you really think I'm an idiot? Even though there's one person I only love in my life. I still understand when a man is interested in a woman. Yeah, been around the block a few times. You mean like 100. Considering your age. Naruto had to duck a paperweight that smashed into the wall. Mention my age again, and you're dead. She told him in a rather sweet voice. Got it. Age and die. So, are you doing this because you are not thinking in your brain, but another part of your body? I have no clue what you're talking about. You know, I'm just an innocent teenager. Innocent my ass. There has been a lot of rumors spreading around the village about you involving with multiple girls, and even some of the guys are really pissed off at you for talking to your girlfriends. So tell me how you're innocent in any way, she asks. I still have no clue what you're talking about, and those guys have no evidence. And why would their girl just run away from them just to come to me? Are you telling me that I'm that awesome? Snap the eyebrow on Twitch. Don't get a big head, brat, she said. You can deny it all you want, but even you know that I'm awesome. Snazzy simply chuckled a bit. What about the clan thing, she asks. It has been a couple of weeks now. How are you settling in? Well, the paperwork is the crappiest part. And there's a lot. So when I get my clones to do them, there's a mental stress after your clones dispel with all of that information packed into my head. But I guess that is what it means to be a part of a clan, isn't it? And being the last member. Well, you do have a couple more people in your clan right now. And not to mention, you want to adopt that other girl into your clan. So it's gonna be growing soon enough. Yeah, I suppose you're right, said Naruto. Well, brat, if that is it, thanks to the information that you got from her. And it's up to you with the clan thing. So, that is your responsibility. And make sure you know that. But she will be on probation, because I can't just let her into the ninja rank so easily. Yeah, I know that, said Naruto. But even if you don't trust her, you trust me after all. Well, see you, Bachan, he said, as he jumped through the window. Snapped the eyebrow on Twitch. He was so close to the door, yet he turned around and went straight towards the window. As she sighed, time skip, little Kushina flipped as she landed on the ground. As she rushed forward, take this, she said, she lashed out with a kick. And this, as she lashed out with a punch. And this, she said, she lashed out with another punch. Naruto blocked each and every one of her attacks with one hand, with a smile on his face. As he jumped away. You know, if you're going to be attacking me, you can't say take this after every one of your attacks. People would know when you're attacking. That's a smart idea. That's why you're so awesome, big brother, she said. As she rushed forward once again. This time not saying anything as she jumped off the ground and sent a right hook towards his face, which he caught her hand. As she then swung around a left hook as he caught her hand once again. He then threw her right up in the air. As she started to scream, realized how high she was, until Naruto appeared right behind her and grabbed her. As he landed on the ground his 2 feet, Kushina then turned her head as tears were in her eyes. Kushina, She then punched him right in the nose, before he released her as he flipped and landed on her feet. I got you, she said. As Naruto chuckled a bit. I did told you to use anything at your advantage, and I guess you did. It seems like you're getting quite wise. Of course I am, she said. I will be one of the smartest people you will ever know soon enough. I bet you will, said Naruto. So, can we go shopping now? I did promise if you hit me, I'll buy you everything you wanted. But, regardless, I was going to do it anyway. Really? She said. Of course, said Naruto. She rushed forward as she jumped, as Naruto caught her. That is why I love you, big brother, she said. As she didn't flip as she landed right on his back. Can we fly there? She asked. Sure thing, Naruto said. Hold on tight. I will, she said. As the wind started to pick up all around him, as her hair started to dance, so was his in her face, so she had to bury her face right into his back. Blast off, she said, as the both of them made their way towards the shopping district. Time skip in Kumo. One Yujito was not having a good time. Yes, she was not having a good time at all. It was just like Naruto said, they would come for her. But seeing these two Akatsuki members, while she was out in the fields, she decided to lead them straight down the sewer pipe. As they followed her, they took the bait. She then used that to destroy the exit behind them. Seeing that she was now on the ground and there will be no casualties, she went straight into the tail beast mode, trying to kill them off. But no matter what she did, it didn't matter how hard she hit them, they just kept on getting up no matter what. He managed to slice her and get some of her blood, and then suddenly he stabbed himself. As she was in intense pain, but she blasted the ground with a fireball, forced him to jump away. As she had to return back to her human state, and now she was on the run, making her way through the sewer system. She knew the sewer system well, so it wasn't that easy for them to catch up with her, but she knew that they were still following behind her. Kitten, you have run out of options. You thought that you could take them on your own, but you can't. Now call him. Yujito made her way as she was about to duck under one of another sewer system, but suddenly, a fireball destroyed the entrance, forcing a stone to collapse right in front of it, so she couldn't make her way through as she turned. As she then saw the one with the mask step forward, Kakazu, I told you to stay out of this, the other one said to slip back here. I'm the one that's gonna take this bitch down, Hidan said, with a smirk on his face. You've been running too long, little kitty. It's time that I take you, said Hidan. As Yujito pressed her back against the wall, there was no way out now. You know if you get captured, he's gonna be really pissed off. Well, if I do, you'll be taken from me and I will be dead. So it's not like there's anything that he could do. Knowing him, I believe that when he dies, he's gonna come to the afterlife just to curse at you. Yeah, you're probably right. He would do something just like that, Yujito said. As Hidan looked over, are you going senile, bitch? He asked, smirking. On your last moments. I think she's getting crazy, Kakazu. Hey, did you hear me, Kakazu? Kakazu grunted. Don't tell me that you're sad because I told you to stay out of this. Did I hurt your feelings? Shut the hell up and just do what you came here to do already. Fine, said Hidan. I was just having my little fun. As he reached for his sight. Alright, kitten. No more time to argue. Swallow your pride and call him. Yes, you tried to defeat the both of them on your own, but you lost. Now call him. I'm already doing that, she said, as she was sending Chakra toward the seal that was right under her shirt. Meanwhile, at Konoha, as Naruto landed in the backyard, along with Kushina, as he placed her down. Kushina had a big smile on her face as Naruto had at least 4 bags. Large bags, they were stacked with clothes. So, did you have a good time? Naruto asked. Of course, I had a wonderful time, big brother, she said. Alright, said Naruto. Now let me help you stack them away. He then stopped, as he turned his head. Big brother? What's wrong? Oh, nothing much, Naruto said. But I have to go. There is an emergency. Another mission? She asked. Yeah, another mission. Alright, if you're gonna be fighting anyone, go ahead and kick their asses, okay? Yeah, I will, said Naruto. Alright, be back soon. I'm gonna go try and close it, okay? And thank you again. Naruto ruffled her hair. It's no problem, anything for you, he said, as she smiled up at him. Alright, see ya, he said. And with that, he vanished in a flash. Naruto appeared on the Hokage's monument. As he didn't create a clone, you know what to do, he said, before he vanished. Back at Kumo, as Hidan was stepping forward, there is nowhere to run, he said, with his sight in his hand, as Yujito was just standing there. I might have lost, but he won't, she said, as Hidan narrowed his eyes. If It seems like you're really going senile. There is no one else here, he said, before he took off in a sprint. Now, you're mine, as he raised his sight in the air. Kakazu had narrowed his eyes when he heard that. Who was she talking about? As he tried to find if anyone was here, spreading out his senses, but he could sense none. Suddenly he saw there was a glowing under her shirt, as it was rather pale and wet, so he could see the glow. Suddenly, a bright flash went off as Kakazu moved back just in case. Hidan's body was sent sailing as it smashed right into a metal pipe, smashing into it with great force. As Kakazu looked over to see the back of someone, to them, Naruto leaned down. It seems you're in bad shape, he said. And you made it, as you said you would. Of course I would, Naruto said, as he picked Yujito up in his arms, making her blush slightly, despite on the battlefield right now. You know, you could have called me sooner, right? Putting yourself through this. I know you have a lot of pride, but these guys are just monsters. Yeah, you're right about that, she said. I tried to fight them, even using Tail Beast mode, but they just keep on getting back up no matter what I throw at them. Even giving them critical hits. I think they can't die. That is a big reason why I didn't call you so quickly. As Naruto smiled at her. Why are you smiling, she asked. Oh, to know that you care about me so much, that you didn't want to put me in trouble, it warmed my heart. As she blushed a bit and turned her head, as she sighed, fine. I just didn't want to get you hurt too, you know. As she placed a hand over her mouth, making Naruto chuckle. It seems like the both of us hanging out for so long, you will start to get some of my tendency, you know, said Naruto, making her giggle. A pissed off Hidan got up, furious to the bone, seeing the both of them talking over there, ignoring them right here. As he didn't say anything for once in his life, he simply charged forward with tremendous speed, holding his sight ready to clean the both of them in half, completely forgetting his mission. Oh dear, these people disrespect them in this level. As Naruto was still talking to Yujito, suddenly he threw her right up and ducked right under Hidan's slash before smashing a punch into Hidan's stomach. Blood exploded out of Hidan's mouth, which Naruto dodged as it fell into the sewer. Hidan's body was sent sailing as he smashed straight into another metal pipe, hitting his head hard, breaking through it. As Naruto then caught back Yujito. Sorry about that. As she winced a bit. Your body is still hurting. Don't worry, said Naruto as a clone suddenly poofed beside them. Naruto rested her body against his more and held her with one hand as he placed a hand on the clone. The clone body started to get infused with more chakra than usual. Before he released the clone, I'm gonna have him take you back to Kumo. No, I'll be fine here. You need to send him back to Kumo for help. I told you, these guys seem to be unstoppable. And if he's carrying me, he's gonna take too long to get there. Are you saying that you're fat, said Naruto. She glared at him. What? As Naruto simply chuckled. As she sighed, this is no time for your joke, she said. This is serious. I know, said Naruto. But trust me, I'll be fine. You do trust me, right? Of course I do, with everything I have. Alright then, said Naruto as he leaned down and kissed her. Her cheeks blushed red, doing such thing right on the battlefield in front of the enemy. But still, it didn't bother her, as he broke her from the kiss. Be safe, you idiot, she said, and don't get yourself killed. I promise I won't, he said, as he placed a hand on her cheek. I'll see you soon, okay? As she nodded, as he handed her over to the clone. Bring him back to Kumo and tell the right guy what is going on, okay? I've given you enough chakra so you won't dispel that easily. The clone nodded as Naruto went through hand sign before taking a deep breath. Wind style. Wind vacuum, he said as he blew out a condensed amount of air that destroyed the wall. The moment he was doing that, Kakazu appeared right beside Naruto's fist, caught back, as his skin had changed color as he drove it straight towards Naruto's head. The clone twisted body just enough and brought up his left leg and smashed it right into Kakazu's waist. As that caused Kakazu a second that allowed Naruto to duck under the fist that ripped through air. It looked like it was about to knock Naruto straight out cold. As Naruto jumped away and so did the clone. Now with the wall broken out, Naruto gave the clone a signal as the clone rushed off. Kakazu tried to stop it but Naruto jumped right in front of him. The moment he did that, Hidan came from the sky with his sight as he brought it down on Naruto's skull. Naruto raised his hand up in the air, but Kakazu sent his fist straight towards Naruto's gut, the two of them coming at him at the same time. So he knew he had to do something. A fluctuation of his chakra released a massive wind gust out of his body that repelled the both of them as they were sent sailing right into the wall. The both of them picked themselves up quickly as Hidan looked over at Kakazu. Kakazu, this guy's no Hidan. This is no laughing matter. You already know who that is, right? Yeah, he's a famous orange blur. You know that's not my name. It doesn't matter what your name is at Hidan. I will take this guy, Kakazu. It doesn't matter how strong he is. It's not like he can kill me. Oh, can't I? Said Naruto. No, you can't. Let me guess, because Lord Jashin has blessed you with immortality, right? And you, how much heart do you have remaining? It seems like you still have 5 heart. Both Kakazu and Hidan narrowed their eyes at Naruto. How did he know this kind of information? Information on them wasn't that widely known, so how could he know that? It doesn't matter though, because neither of you are leaving here alive. Oh, is that so? Well then, we'll just have to see about that, said Hidan, as he charged forward and swinging his side straight towards Naruto, as Naruto went through one-handed hand sign. As Hidan came towards him as he ducked under the side, before Naruto grabbed it, Kakazu appeared in a flash right in front of Naruto's face as he drove a right hook right towards Naruto's chest. Naruto brought up his left hand as Kakazu's fist smashed right into it. Naruto was forced to release his sight as his body was thrown violently, smashing through a stone wall, breaking right into it. Kakazu didn't stop his attack as he went through one sign, as 2 masks appeared on his shoulder, as the both of them started to charge wind and fire. A Jinchuriki should be able to handle something like this without dying. Fire style, Searing Migraine. Wind style, Ear Pulse. Combination attack, Raging Storm. As the combined force made a massive raging firestorm that was coming towards Naruto with tremendous force. The thing collided where Naruto was with so much force as Hidan was about to curse at Kakazu for taking his prey when there was a flash. Hidan felt someone grab onto his side before a fist smashed into his face. His body was thrown violently right into the firestorm as the thing cooked him alive inside. As Naruto spun with Hidan's side and threw it towards Kakazu, who simply raised his arms and knocked it away. As he used the earth style to harden his skin, Naruto jumped towards Kakazu as both of them started to trade fists. Kakazu ducked on the Naruto right hook as he tried to punch Naruto up, but Naruto tilted his body just back and brought up his feet towards Kakazu's face. Kakazu twisted as he flipped over with a kick as Naruto threw a kunai right towards his face. Kakazu knocked it away once again with his hand. As Naruto then moved off in tremendous speed, going up in mid-air, flipping on the ceiling as he came down the Rasengan. Kakazu jumped to his Rasengan collided with the ground, destroying a huge chunk of earth. As Naruto then flipped and landed back on his feet, there was 2 poof as Naruto's 2 blades appear. As he thrust forward and jumped, flipping in the air and brought them down towards Kakazu, who raised his arm to stop them. His arms connected with Naruto's blade. That was a big mistake though. As a smirk came on Naruto's face as he applied wind chakra, to Kakazu's surprise, the thing started to sharpen even more. As Naruto applied lightning chakra, the thing sliced right through his arm. Naruto then spun and smashed his foot into Kakazu's face as Kakazu smashed into the wall. Naruto then turned as he had to duck a punch that came towards him, flipping away. Huh, so you're still standing even after that. I thought it would take you out of the match for a while. As he turned to see the battered and bruised body of Hidan. The top part of his clothes had been incinerated. He was just left in some black pants, which were burned in certain areas. His skin looked like it had received 3rd-degree burns all over. Even his face was burned. I'm gonna kill you for this, you little shit, he shouted, as he came towards Naruto with a vengeful look in his eye. Naruto twisted and dodged each of his strikes before spinning around. As Hidan was really sloppy at fighting, he was just wild and immortal, so that was a good thing for him. But when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, Naruto ducked and smashed his fist into Hidan's face. He then spun and kicked him right in the nose, breaking it, before driving Hidan's head into the ground. Creating a Rasengan in a split second as he drove it and grind it into Hidan's chest. His chest exploded outwards as Naruto jumped away, as he flipped over a punch that came towards him from Kakazu and landed right behind him. Naruto then felt a build-up of power behind him As he jumped up in the air, two massive ball of fire incinerate the ground that he was standing on. A massive wind burst and destroyed the ceiling, forcing him to jump back down to the ground. A lightning pulse and destroy where he landed next, making Naruto to flash back towards his blades. As he looked over to see the three masks Kakazu had released, he then looked around. As he then looked down as the water below them exploded, a torrent of water coming up. As the thing smashed into Naruto with tremendous force, pushing him back, but he flipped and landed. The four masks then huddled up as all of them start to build their attack at the same time, as Naruto sped through hand sign, thunder release, charging dome, as a massive pulse of electricity came around him in a dome, as the wind started to huddle around his water, started to splash everywhere, as it started to vibrate and spin. Naruto rushed forward as the dome moved off with him as well, as he made contact with them. Boom! A massive explosion went off outside. The ground cracked as the power was funneled out outside, destroying a huge chunk of the ground. A massive gaping hole was there, as three figures then jumped right out of it, with four other figures following along. As Kakazo and Hidan landed in one place, Hidan looked over. "This bitch is tough," he said, as he got to his feet fully. "That is why one of us can't face him alone." As you can see from the bingo book, he's a double S-rank ninja, and it seems like they weren't overestimating his skills. Kakazu then turned his head as he noticed that Hidan still had his sight in his hand. Hidan threw it at a flash, Naruto appeared, his hand caught back. His hand was being channeled with a great portion of lightning energy. It was shaped in a fist, and water was at the tip of it, spreading out like spikes, and the wind was slicing all around like wind blades. Thunder fist, Naruto said. He smashed his hand straight deep inside of Hidan, right into Hidan's chest. Hidan looked at Naruto as a smirk came on his face. Now he had the chance. He brought around his sight, but suddenly his hand stopped. Hidan then cried out in pain when Naruto twisted his hand as Hidan dropped to his knees. "You bitch," he said as he coughed up blood. "That hurt." Naruto had to flash away once more when the area was assaulted by explosions by the masked creatures, as Hidan got the full brunt of them because Naruto flashed away. "Damn it, Kakazu, you hit me," Hidan shouted as Naruto appeared a distance away. Hidan then tried to get to his... What the hell? What? "Hey, you jackass, what did you do to me?" "You may be immortal, but disrupting your system inside your body to make you stay in one place, it isn't hard to do," said Naruto. "With my electric currents." Hidan then shocked, showing that Naruto was telling the truth, as he winced in pain. It felt like his body was being cooked from the inside out. "Now, it's just me and you, big guy," said Naruto as he looked at Kakazu. As Kakazu grunted, before he dashed towards Naruto with tremendous speed. Kakazu had pride. He was the one that fought the first Hokage, so it doesn't matter how strong this brat is. He had lived through decades now, and he would live past this brat lifetime. It doesn't matter, because this boy would not bring him down. As him and Naruto started to clash violently, as Kakazu was using his puppets to fire off attacks at Naruto as they were flying in the air, springing down attacks. Naruto looked up as he had to take them out quickly. He threw one of his swords straight up into the air before vanishing, as Kakazu charged all of his puppets to fire at the blade, but Naruto didn't appear there. Naruto appeared distance behind Kakazu as he saw that there was a marker on the ground. Kakazu was spinning time, but Naruto's fist collided with his face, knocking him back, but just a few feet. When Naruto leaped up in the air, the two puppets then sent wind and water towards him. The slicing wind blades and the pinpoint water that was tearing through the earth itself. Naruto held two fingers up as he pointed towards each of them with his two hands. "Lightning release. Bikarai," he said. A massive pale lightning shoot from his fingers that came towards him with tremendous speed. The both of them moved just in time as Naruto then flashed away towards his blade that was still in the air, appearing behind the Water Master Rasengan as he drilled it right through the back of the Water Mask's head, tearing through the mask in front of it, destroying it. As the body just withered away, Naruto then flashed away again as he appeared on the ground. He had to jump as Kakazu dropped down on him, destroying the ground with a mighty punch. As Naruto moved away just in time. "You are fast," said Kakazu. "Once we're finished with you, that bounty on your head is the highest one right now, and it would be mine," said Kakazu. "Oh, is that so?" said Naruto. "So, do you think that you're gonna leave here alive?" As Naruto then stabbed his two blades into the ground, before going through hand sign as a wave of chakra resonated around the place. As Kakazo narrowed his eyes, "It doesn't matter what you do, you will..." Naruto flashed away. Kakazo then felt something alarming. One of his other masks, the fire one, got destroyed. But how? Naruto just destroyed the water one, but the fire one so quickly. What just happened? Naruto's body then moved like a haze as he landed back on the ground. "So, do you think you can keep up with me now?" Naruto asked. As he stepped forward, Kakazo saw a before after image behind Naruto. As Naruto speed forward, disappeared in a flash around Kakazo. Kakazo smashed out his fist, but he hit ear, even though he saw several Naruto around him. He then winced in pain as his left shoulder was stabbed with a kunai. He ripped it out as Kakazo then exploded threads from his body, impaling everything around him, but he hit nothing. As he quickly called for his two lightning and wind masks, as he quickly came towards him. Rasengan, he heard, as Naruto appeared right in front of the wind mask and drive the Rasengan, destroying it. The lightning mask quickly went inside Kakazo's body. Threads exploded from Kakazo's mouth, as he wasn't holding back on this kid anymore. As Naruto landed on the ground, threads then came out like a tidal wave, watching towards Naruto simply flashed away. As he appeared distant and held his two fingers together. Lightning release. Bitter Eye. As he fired out two pulses of lightning from his fingers that ripped through the air with tremendous speed going towards Kakazo. Kakazo released a massive pulse of lightning of his own that connected with Naruto's. As the thing exploded in the center, the two attacks cancelling out each other. Hidan was cursed as he was watching everything go on. As he pulled himself straight forward, he needed to do something. He would bite this bitch and bring him down. As Hidan then noticed both of Naruto's blades stuck in the ground, as he was going to take them away and destroy them. Yes, that would give him a better hand. As he crawled over towards Naruto's blade, Kakazo made his body hard as Naruto's fist smashed right into his stomach. But Naruto vanished again as Kakazo felt something hit him right in the back, knocking him down to the floor. He sent out another wave of threads, but Naruto appeared mid-air the Rasengan as he drove it down, destroying all the threads. Suddenly, Naruto tried to flash away but he couldn't. As he looked to see Hidan, as he had both of his swords. He had enough of that guy as Naruto flashed towards Hidan and stomped his head down to the ground, grinding his foot in the back of Hidan's head, before picking Hidan up and throwing him towards a boulder as Hidan smashed right into it. Naruto rushed over and pulled out several kunais, keeping his eye on Kakazo at the same time, as he then turned towards Hidan and drove them down, pinning Hidan down to the ground. Before he turned back towards Kakazo, he had to dodge a massive pale lightning that came towards him as he flipped up in the air. Naruto went through hand sign while in mid-air, wind style, "Wind Sparrow," he said, as Naruto formed a giant wind bird that released a screech. The thing teared through the sky and came right down on Kakazo. Kakazo moved just in time, but the thing exploded, releasing tiny wind blades that smashed into Kakazo, shredding a piece of his body. As he had to jump away, but something fly past him as he tilted his head. He looked just in time to see that it was a kid's sword. He couldn't get to finish his thought, as Naruto drove a kick into his back, knocking him into mid-air. Kakazo exploded out with threads, impaling everything around him, so Naruto couldn't get near. As Naruto flipped and landed back on the ground, as he held out his hands, a Rasengan formed. 3 other Rasengans formed around that, and another one then formed on top of it as they started to spin at tremendous rates until they got larger. Naruto then sank into the ground before boosting off with tremendous flight, appearing right above Kakazo. Kakazo looked up as he sent all his threads towards Naruto. As Naruto pulled back his hand, "Take this!" Planetary Rasengan as he drove it down, destroying the threads. The mask then came from Kakazo's shoulder as it fired off a beam of pale lightning. But suddenly Naruto vanished. Kakazo cursed when he noticed there was a blade behind him thrown by a clone that was down to the ground. As the kid had planned this perfectly. 2 more clones then appear as each of them grab onto Kakazo's arm. He releases threads and impale them, but they burst into lightning, electrocuting him in mid-air. Another clone then appears and stomp right in Kakazo's face as his body was sent spiraling from the air. The clouds then exploded outwards as the real Naruto appeared from mid-air, coming down the giant Rasen Shuriken before he thrust it. Kakuzu infused the last remaining lightning mass with a large portion of his chakra as he fired off a beam of lightning. The Rasen Shuriken clashed with it, but to Kakuzu's shot, the Rasen Shuriken simply sliced and diced right through it and made impact with him. The thing exploded outwards in a ball of pure slicing blades that were destroying his body on a microscopic level. Kakuzu cried out in pain as he was stuck inside the dome of slicing wings before the thing exploded outwards, destroying a huge chunk of the earth. Meanwhile, at Konoha, suddenly, a chair was thrown right through the Hokage's window. Shizune burst inside after hearing the commotion as she saw Naruto standing there, Tsunade with a pissed off look on her face. "Tsunade-sama, what's going on?" she asked. She knew that Naruto and Tsunade joke and Naruto always made fun of her age, but for her to throw a chair through the window. Back at Kumo, the mountainside that they were fighting on, it was destroyed, as the Rasen Shuriken really did a lot of mess. And now we have Kakuzu's dead body lying there, completely total, as his heart had been ripped out with that last one. The only thing that remained was his upper part of his body. Naruto landed. "So you're really not going to use my chakra for any of these fights?" asked Grandma. "I already told you," Naruto said, "you're for the big guns. These guys are just a test how far I am now," said Naruto. "But using so much of your chakra even though who you are still exhausted." "Yeah, I know," said Naruto. "I just got the memory from my clone in that last Rasengan attack." Yujito was brought to Kumo. She's currently being healed by C. "She should be fine," Naruto said. "They're sending a group out here to investigate. So I guess I could just sit back and relax," said Naruto. "But I have to finish the job." He then picked up Kakuzu's head before slicing it off with his blade. He pulled out a scroll as he sealed Kakuzu's head away. He then went over as Hidan was pinned to the ground, his mouth down so there was no cursing coming from him. Naruto removed the kunai as its Hidan twitched, but Naruto smacked his foot in Hidan's face. "Be quiet," Naruto said, as Hidan was mumbling something trying to bite the bottom of his sandal. Naruto sighed as he raised his blade and sliced, took off Hidan's head clean. "You think this is enough to put me down? I will bite you to pieces," Hidan shouted. Naruto sighed as he placed Hidan's head down, who tried to bite him multiple times. He went through hand sign. "Seal," he said, as he sealed Hidan's head in the scroll as well, before resting his back against a rock. Finally, getting a good rest. "You know, that Hokage of yours is gonna be pissed." "Yeah, super pissed," said Naruto. "But still, she will understand. I had to come here to save Yujito after all. And doing this would just give her more favor with Kumo, because I'm sure that the Raikage will send a thank you letter to her. So she won't be that pissed," said Naruto. If you say so." A distance away, Zetsu quickly went down into the ground as he made his way. In a deep cave, we have none other than Obito Uchiha. He had his back turned, without his mask on. Zetsu then came out of the ground. "I have bad news. But right now, I know exactly where the Kyuubi Jinchuriki is, and he seemed to be a bit exhausted from his battle." "This battle?" "Yes, that's the bad news. Hidan and Kakuzu, they're both dead." "He killed them?" "Well, he took care of Kakuzu, but Hidan, he just sealed his head away. But if you want to see him now, it's the perfect time. Kumo ninjas will be arriving, but not soon enough." "Are you gonna take him?" asked Zetsu. "Did he use any of the fox power in the battle?" "I'm afraid not." Obito clenched his fist, so he's still saving it, not to want to show off all of his tricks. "Did you watch the entire battle?" "Yes. I saw some new technique of his as well." "So what are you gonna do?" said Zetsu. "Nagato is still a person that's gonna be capturing him. But this time I finally meet Naruto Uzumaki, face to face. I mean, I haven't seen him since he was a child." As he picked up his mask, back with Naruto. As Naruto was laying against a boulder. "You know, many of the girls will be pissed off at you if they see you smoking right now. They will curse at you that is bad for your lungs or something like that." "Yeah, but you got me covered, right?" said Naruto. And besides, I don't really smoke that hard. Just once in a while, you know. I suppose you're right, said Krama. So how long are you gonna wait here? The Kumo team should be getting here soon. Well, it was a far distance that my clone had to run for. So, yeah. I'll just wait until Naruto then felt something. Do you sense that, Naruto said? Yes. Behind you. I know, said Naruto. Hey. We really should talk, said Obito. As he appeared on top of the boulder, then Naruto was sitting against. A Rasengan formed in Naruto's hand in a split second before Naruto destroyed the boulder, forcing Obito to move back. As Naruto got to his feet, fast reacting, just like your father. And you are, Naruto asked, playing the fool. Well, for now you can call me Toby. Because you're not ready. Not ready? For what, Naruto asked. It doesn't concern you, said Toby. But, you've interfered in my plans for far too long, Uzumaki Naruto. So what do you expect? Do you want me to just sit down and wait to be captured? Yes, that would be the right thing to do. You Jinchurikis are nothing more but vessels. Are human sacrifices to be used. Act people well. Your life is not important in the grand scheme of things. The true goal that I'm aiming for is something that you would like as well. Something that would give us all peace. Peace, you see. Hunting down and killing people, extracting the Biju from inside of them. That is peace, Naruto asks. Yes. For the world to flourish, a few has to die. Nothing more, nothing less. Well, that doesn't stand by me. Because it doesn't matter what you say here. I'm going to kill each and every one of you. Is that so? You know, I've gotten some intel about you. You will do anything to protect the ones you love. To make sure that they're okay. Naruto's eyes narrowed dangerously hearing that. It would be a real shame if you, Jail, that woman that raised you from she was younger, just happened to lose her child. Or for the child to lose her mother without growing up fully. And to find out that it's your fault because you interfere in something that you're not ready for yet. When it's your time, you will be taken. But now, I suggest you stop interfering in my plans. Or the people you love, not even the people, the entire village, would go boom. And then you would have nothing left because you just didn't listen and stop interfering in my plans. This is a warning, Naruto Uzumaki. The next time, I won't be coming here to talk. Toby, was it, said Naruto. You should know, many people had threatened me, but they had never gone as far as threatening my family. Seeing that you already know about them, there shouldn't be anything I have to hold back, right? Obito narrowed his eyes under his mask as he was surprised. He had just threatened his family. He thought that he would have lost it, but he was just calm same way. What was he up to? Was he trying to act like it didn't bother him? You can act as calm as possible. Calm? Of course I'm calm. Because you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. You stand there, threatening my family. How exactly do you think this is going to end? If you touch any one of them, there isn't going to be a peaceful death for you. There isn't going to be something wise. Something that you saw in the end, where you live eternity in peace. Because I would make sure that your life is nothing but a living hell. Something to make you beg for death. To make you cry in pain. To make you look at me, the person that you met with, and beg that I kill you. So next time you come here running your mouth, just remember what I said. Because if you try something, I won't just kill you. I'll make you suffer. To make you know that I was the one that did it to you. To make you beg me for death that will never come. So, I will watch my mouth if I were you, said Naruto. Is that so? You really think so highly of yourself that you can do me anything? If you only knew what I have in store for this world, you would be the one on your knees begging me to take what is inside of you. But still, Keep on interfering. And the next time I'll be coming back, I won't be warning you. Until we meet again, Naruto Uzumaki. And with that he vanished in a swirling vortex. Kid, calm down, said Kurama, as he was feeling the rage, the bloodlust that was leaking from Naruto. The ground cracked and buckled under Naruto's feet. That son of a bitch. He started everything in my time, and he comes here, thinking that he can threaten the ones I love. But this time, I won't let you go there. Kid, calm down. You already have a way to take him down. But you wouldn't have been able to fight him right now, because there would be interruptions. As Naruto turned his head, he took in a deep breath. That guy just really ticked me off. But it doesn't matter, because he will be dead soon enough, said Naruto. As he could feel the Kumo ninjas coming, suddenly, all of them appear in a flash, landing right around Naruto. Oh, so you guys are finally here, said Naruto, looking towards the Kumo ninjas who looked around at all the destruction that was caused. Until they saw a body lying over there, and pieced off another body right over there. There was only one thought on their mind. The golden blur has come out on top once again. But guys, if you end this episode right here, what's the next part of this, know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also stay in tune for the rest of the What Ifs coming your way. I'm gonna be posting a new episode of What If Naruto had the red Rinnegan and was neglected. And I'm gonna be posting What If Naruto was a godly maid, so stay tuned for that on this channel, guys. And I hope you guys enjoy each and every episode. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, and you enjoy the videos on both animaking and animaking too, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the animaking family. And thank you for all for helping and support. And yeah, without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro.